What's up, everybody? Riley Beddick here with WBW Fantasy Sport. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about who to choose in the second round of your fantasy football draft. Yesterday we talked about first round picks and who you should take. Tomorrow we'll be talking about third round, but today we're going to be talking about second round. So, let's get into it. Alright, so for the first pick in the second round, I think Stefon Diggs should be taken. You already know Stefon Diggs, one of the probably best receivers in the whole NFL. Last year, him and Adam Thielen had made a really big statement. Probably the best wide receiver duo in the NFL. The Minneapolis Miracle they had, that was crazy. Last play of the game against the Saints, he had that touchdown. I bet Stefon Diggs averages about 11 to 12 points per game. That's pretty high for a receiver. He'll be one of the best in the league, and I think he should be taken first in the second round. So, yeah, Stefon Diggs. All right. Number 2 in the second round. I feel like everybody's going to hate on me, but I don't think the tight ends are that strong this year. I don't think there will be an elite tight end really this year. I don't think Gronk will perform how he used to. Not Jimmy Graham. Zach Ertz might be pretty good. I expect a lot out of him, but I expect the most out of David Njoku. And I'm not a bandwagon or anything, but David Njoku will do really good this year. I already know it. He had a good rookie year with the Browns, and they weren't even that strong. I feel like they're going to be a lot stronger this year, though, with all them draft picks and all that money. But David Njoku is going to really perform this year. He had 4 touchdowns last year, averaged 12 yards per reception last year. And he was probably the guy everybody was looking for in the receiving game until Josh Gordon came back. So David Njoku was scouted and stuff last year a ton. He'll do great this year. I already know he'll be the best tight end in the league this year, and I know that for a fact. So David Njoku, second overall in the second round. So, yep. Number 3 in the second round, I got another receiver from the Vikings, and y'all already know it's Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen came out of nowhere last year. Well, really 2 years ago. He started to prove himself and stuff. But 3 years ago, nobody knew who Adam Thielen was. This guy, I think he was undrafted, and he's really proved himself in the last 2 years, especially last year. He went off last year. Him and Stefon Diggs, for the first 5 weeks of the NFL season, they both were in the top 3 for receiving yards. And then I think one of them fell off. Stefon Diggs might have stayed in there, but Adam Thielen and him are the most dynamic duo. And if you have the third pick in the second round, and all these other guys are taken that I've mentioned already, then you want to take Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen will do great things for your fantasy team. Good at getting yards. They find him in the end zone, and they got Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins can really throw a deep ball, so him and Stefon Diggs, they'll be found deep a lot, and he's going to sling it to him. So, yeah, Adam Thielen, number 3, second round. Number 4 in the second round, we got another Viking, Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook got injured last year in the third week or fourth week in the NFL. Was number 2 in the rushing yards up until then. He was having a great rookie year. He can not only run the ball, he can catch the ball, which is a great asset for fantasy running backs. And if it's a PPR league, they'll throw it to him in the backfield a lot. But Dalvin Cook's going to be a beast this year. I expect him to come better than ever. Honestly, I would probably have him in the first round if he wouldn't have gotten hurt. I just don't know what to expect from him now, so I didn't take him with my first round pick. I wouldn't put him in the first round, so he belongs in the second round. He'll do very well this year. Good rush yards, good receiving yards. They'll throw it to him in the end zone. He'll rush it into the end zone. He'll run into the end zone. Dalvin Cook's going to have a great year. He's going to do big things, I can already tell. This Vikings offense is about to be fire. Number 5, Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz, it's either going to be him or David Njoku, the best tight end in the NFL. In the past, before last year, he hadn't had too many productive seasons, but last year he had a very productive season. Proved that he's a great tight end. Caught touchdowns. I think he had a touchdown in the Super Bowl. yeah, he's going to be a big part of this Eagles offense again this year. And he's a big-time end zone target for Carson Wentz and Nick Foles. So expect to see Zach Ertz do very well this year. And honestly, you can switch him and David Njoku around if you want in your draft. Whoever you think will do better. I think they're going to have pretty similar stats this year. I just expect a little bit more out of David Njoku, but I guess it's up to you if you think Ertz or Njoku will do better. Yep. So Zach Ertz, number 5, second round. Number 6 in the second round, I got Rob Gronkowski. Y'all probably think he should be above Njoku and Ertz, but really I don't think he should be. He wasn't as productive last season as he has been in the years before that. I know he got hurt for a little while, but no. Rob Gronkowski, I feel like, is going down. I feel like, honestly, I'm going to get hated on for this too, but I feel like Tom Brady's not going to perform as well this year either. I feel like that whole Patriots offense is not going to perform as well. I really do feel like they're not going to make the Super Bowl this year, or not even the conference championship. I know they'll make the playoffs. They always make the playoffs, but yeah, Rob Gronkowski, he's still a great tight end. He's a second-round pick. So I have him 6th overall in the second round, and yeah, Rob Gronkowski. Number 7 in the second round. Gonna get more hate, but Odell Beckham Jr., he's this low, and I'll explain to you why. Last year, Odell Beckham Jr., he got hurt pretty early in the season. He was playing pretty good. He was playing very good, actually. It just sucked to see him get hurt. And I feel like he's kind of a party animal, in my opinion. In the offseason, when he was hurt, I feel like he partied a little bit. I know he probably was still working and stuff, but I feel like that kind of affects his game overall. I know he's a great athlete and stuff, but I don't think he's going to perform as well, and that's why I have him this low. He's still worthy of a second-round pick because of his past, but even the injury, you never know. Could it affect him again? Could it hurt him even more? I don't know. The partying, I feel like he's like too much of a party animal, though. Y'all might disagree with me. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this, but I have him 7th overall in the second round, so you can listen to me or you can disagree with me, but I guess we'll find out. Number 8 in the second round, Doug Baldwin with the Seattle Seahawks. Baldwin's, I feel like, one of the most underrated receivers in the NFL. I think he made the NFL top 100 at like somewhere in the 90s. Him and Russell Wilson connect so well, though. He's even thrown a touchdown pass to Russell Wilson before. It's crazy. He was a great fantasy receiver last year. I feel like not many people really realize that, though. He averaged about 10 points per game. This year, I expect him to average 14 or 15. Him and Russell Wilson's chemistry just keep getting better and better. He's thrown a touchdown pass. He's caught many touchdown passes. It's crazy. This guy's an elite receiver that not many people talk about. Yeah. I don't know if he's like up there at Antonio Brown level or anything, but Doug Baldwin will average 14, 15 points, as I said. He'll do great this year. He'll have another 1,000-yard receiving season. He'll have a great season. Number 9 in the second round, I put down Alshon Jeffrey. Alshon Jeffrey, he really proved himself on the Eagles last year. That offense is so dynamic. They got so many weapons with Ertz, Ajayi, Blount, Nelson Aguilar, Wentz. They got them all. And really, Jeffrey leads that receiving core. Like, he caught so many touchdowns last year. They find him in the end zone. They find him in the end zone a lot. So really, I really do think that Alshon Jeffrey, he might be better than Doug Baldwin. I don't know. He's going to average 14 to 15 points, too, in his games. He might have one, like, slow game where he has... That's why I have him below Baldwin, because they don't have any weapons on the Seahawks. They just have Baldwin at receiver pretty much. But, you know, Jeffrey, they have Aguilar around him, Ertz. They have Ajayi to run the ball, Blount to run the ball. Wait, no, they don't have Blount anymore. He's on the Lions. My bad. Yeah, but Alshon Jeffrey, He might have one low game, but he'll have plenty of good games. So, Alshon Jeffrey, number 9. Number 10, I got new Cleveland Brown, Carlos Hyde. Carlos Hyde performed very well with the San Francisco 49ers. He got him into the end zone a lot. And the Cleveland Browns are going to use this running game a lot. I think he'll be the starting running back. They'll use him at the goal line because he can power in there. He's almost like another version of Frank Gore, in my opinion. He can power in the end zone. He's like a power back. I think he averaged about 9 to 10 points last year. With the Browns, I think he'll average 12 to 13, and that's a decent number for the running backs. He's going to do big things with the Browns. I'm not hopping on a Browns bandwagon or anything because they were 0-16, but they are going to be pretty tough this year, and I think Carlos Hyde and David Njoku are going to be a big part of that. So that's why I have both these guys so high. And Carlos Hyde, very underrated last year. I put him on my FanDuel team and DraftKings team a lot, and he actually did very well for me. He had one bad game for me, and I kind of got mad, but he got me about 10 to 11 points usually. He was good for me. So Carlos Hyde, number 10 in the second round. Number 11 in the second round, Jordan Howard. This guy's a beast. The Bears really need him on their team, on their offense. Well, they've needed him in the past. This year they got some alright guys, but Jordan Howard, he is very good. He proved himself. Got drafted in the 6th round in 2016, I think. Or maybe, yeah, it was 2016. He's proved himself a lot. Has had 1,000-yard rushing seasons. Sometimes he does have slow games. That's why I have him so low overall. Like, usually in the past, last year I probably would have drafted him at the end of the first round. But last year he kind of had some slow games. But then he had breakout games where he had like 22 fantasy points, which was crazy. It was good. You never knew what to really expect from him, but I think this year he'll have a pretty good year. This Bears offense is getting better and better, and I think they're going to use it better and better too. So, Jordan Howard, I have number 11 in the second round, and I think he'll have a good season. All right, and then the last pick in the second round, I have down Golden Tate. Golden Tate is another one of those really underrated wide receivers, kind of like Doug Baldwin. Him and Marvin Jones are probably the best, now second best wide receiver duo in the NFL after probably Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen. But Golden Tate's very good for fantasy teams this year. I'm guessing he's going to average around 11 to 12 points. Last year he scored a lot of touchdowns. He's probably Matthew Stafford. I don't know. Him and Marvin Jones have pretty similar stats. I think he might have had more yards though. Matthew Stafford's not afraid to throw it to him when they're by the end zone. Gets a lot of touchdowns. He's going to be a big key to the Lions' offense once again this year. I expect a lot from Golden Tate, and I think you should take him in the second round. Yep. Thanks, guys. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And if I were you, I'd listen to these tips because this is going to take you to a fantasy football championship. Tomorrow I'll talk about the third round of your fantasy draft and who you should take. I got a whole list of guys. See you guys tomorrow.